Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Paragonians, Paragooners, and Paragoners, whatever you guys want to call yourself out there in the Gordian battlefield, today we're going to be talking about some cards that I have found to be the best of the best and the most impactful and overall just staple cards that have come to surface as of patch V40.2. Obviously, this is a debatable list, and you could debate a lot of other cards that can be up here in the top 5, in which I have handpicked out. There were some other cards that almost made it, and I'm gonna roll them right here as honorable mentions after I'm done talking about these other cards. But anyways, hopefully this build, why do I keep saying build video? This highlight video will help newer players on deciding which cards to pick out when deciding to build certain roles or decks for your heroes, because a lot of these cards can be used in various builds and can benefit yourself and your allies in a lot of big ways and impactful ways. And hopefully this list you can come to agree with to a certain extent and showcase why some of these cards I believe to be the most powerful cards in the game as of patch V40.2. But anyways, let's get right into it. At number 5, we have Thick Blood. Thick Blood is a universal 4-point card that gives you 2 CXP's worth of power and 1 CXP's worth of mana. A lot of heroes benefit from power and from mana, so this can be used across various heroes and roles across the board. And you only pay 1 CXP's worth for the unique passive. The unique passive is on hits with ability, apply Blight to enemies for 4 seconds. Blight reduces all healing by 40%. As of now, we have all come to terms that Narbash and Phase and Chimera and Rampage and Lifesteal builds with high damage and high lifesteal can be a pretty big problem when it comes to facing these kind of team comps. With Thick Blood, you literally invest 1 point to mitigate a lot, almost more than half of that problem that you have with these certain heroes. A lot of the time, a lot of people nowadays like building a lot of lifesteal and crit chance and just healing and phase and Narbash and Rampage's ultimate Chimera. And just, again, lifesteal in general can be a really big problem. And if you can invest 1 CXP's worth of that to benefit your whole team and get that tick of damage with your ability hit on that enemy, that could benefit your whole team and yourself when in a team fight, or can make that change on who wins that last battle over Prime or over an objective or a tower or a team fight that can literally end the game. And having that little advantage with that 1 CXP's worth of investment is a big bang for your CXP, and why I put it at number 5, because it's just a really good investment, and it's honestly so freaking good. So freaking good. At number 4, we have Quenching Scales. Quenching Scales is a universal card, a 4-point card. It gives you 1 CXP's worth of health and 1 CXP's worth of mana regen. The unique passive, it gives you a mana regen aurora, granting 0.6 mana regen to yourself and to nearby allies. When it is fully upgraded, it provides you a unique active of Team Heal. Heal yourself and nearby allies for 225 health and granting them 24 basic armor for 20 seconds. Allies can only benefit from a team heal once every 20 seconds with a cost of 75 mana and only 80 seconds worth of cooldown. Quenching Scales has become a staple card in many support builds. Throw 3 lesser health in there, it's a 7-point card, and you have yourself a 225 heal instantly for yourself and your other allies. This card is especially powerful in the early game if you can build it all the way. It can mitigate and stop a lot of times from your carry dying on you. But the only thing that I really like about this card is you can use it on multiple people on your team. You can use it on your junglers, your bruisers, on anybody, literally anybody, and you will benefit from it. You will get mana regen if you're a caster, or if you're a frontliner, you can use it to pop it on yourself. If you're in a situation that you're outnumbered or whatnot, gives you that time to escape. If you're a support, you can use it in team fights. If you're doing raptors and you're low, you can pop a quenching. If you're doing prime and you're low on health, you can pop a quenching. If you're in lane split pushing and you're low health, you can pop a quenching. It's so freaking good, and you can use it on any hero. In a lot of situations, having more health is just good, and it gives you basic armor, and it just helps you do a lot of things and stay on the battlefield a lot longer. Nothing is worse than seeing an enemy team comp when 3 people are running quenching scales. Yes, it can only be used, you know, every 20 seconds, but that can really benefit from the team if they coordinate on popping their quenching scales back to back every 20 seconds, because it does have an 80-second cooldown. With people having multiple quenching scales on the team can be a really big problem, especially in a team fight. It can literally buy you that extra second of survivability to win that team fight, or that extra second of being able to stay in the lane longer, or that extra second to be able to take down prime before you die. It is so good, and it honestly has become one of the staple cards in Paragon with supports and also a lot of bruiser builds. And it also allows you to build up your health, which can benefit bruisers and supports. In any situation, every support, every bruiser has to build up some health, and quenching scales is always a good option, and you can never go wrong with a quenching scales. At number 3, we have Stasis Gem. Stasis Gem is a 5-point universal card, gives you 1 CXP's worth of power, and gives you that 4 CXP's worth of that unique active. The unique active is become immune to damage and crowd control effects for 2.5 seconds. During this time, you are unable to move, attack, or use abilities. Interrupts channeled abilities as well, and has a 45-second cooldown. You can literally slap Stasis Gem on any of your heroes, on a carry, on a support, frontliner, an offlaner, a caster, a burst caster, anybody. It literally helps you negate multiple ultimates. It can negate a Narbat Thunk, it can negate a Gideon ultimate, it can negate Aurora's ultimate, a Murdoch snipe, a freaking Morgesh ult, a Kalari ult. It literally can negate so many impactful and game-changing abilities in the game, like crowd control or like a bursty ultimate as well. If you're a frontliner, you can use this, initiate, pop a stasis, and then allow your ally team to close down on the enemy team while they're focusing on you. If you're a carry and you get in a bad position and the enemy countess goes to ult you could pop a stasis gem, allowing you some time to reposition yourself while your ally team deals with that countess that penetrated through the back line, through the front line. Now, I think there is a certain skill cap when it comes to using stasis. The wrong way to use stasis is you use it at a wrong time and then you become vulnerable and then you get caught out, which is why I don't have it higher into the list. But it is definitely a powerful card if you know how to use it at the right time and at the right way to negate powerful abilities and ultimates in the game. It literally provides you immunity for 2.5 seconds that literally nobody can touch you while you're doing that. At number 2, we have Blink cards, or Blink Charm. Teleblink, Stab Blink, Teleblink, whatever kind of blink you want to call it. Teleblinks and blink cards in general, I believe, are powerful and can benefit almost every hero in the game. Blink charms and blink cards help you escape situations where you most likely should have been dead. I have had multiple occasions where I use blinks and I saved myself a death, I saved myself getting picked off, or I also use blinks to initiate fights on the surprise or initiate fights as a frontliner. You can pop blinks on Steel, Aurora, on a Gideon, On Grux, anybody can benefit from a blink. It allows great initiation for a lot of these heroes, and basically allows for a lot of mobility and focuses on your positioning on the battlefield. Right now in this game, positioning has always been a big factor when it comes to winning games. If you have good positioning throughout most of the game, you will benefit from a lot of fights that go your way because of your positioning, or you've been able to couch out people because you have good positioning. Blink cards allow you to get better positioning, but they also allow you to get out of bad positioning. Every good player or good teams will put you in a bad position, and blink charms and blink cards will help you escape those situations where you could be dead or get picked off by certain abilities or crowd control ability. So blink charms and blink cards, I believe, benefit a lot of heroes, and positioning is a big deal in this game, and I feel like having access to that instant repositioning mechanic is so damn good, and it is just so good for escaping and initiating fights, which is a really big factor when it comes to winning games. And at number 1, we have the undoubtedly unchallenged king of all cards, most used and most favorable card of all time in Paragon, and that is SHADOW.WARDS. SHADOW.WARDS undoubtedly have become one of the most staple cards in every deck and every role, whether you're a support, carry, mid laner, off laner, or a jungler, bruiser, tank, or whatever you want to call yourself. There is most likely a SHADOW.WARD for any set upgrade you are looking for, whether it be power, health, pierce, lifesteal, mana regen. The list goes on. SHADOW.WARDS undoubtedly give you the most powerful asset in the game, and that is having vision. Having vision allows you to secure objectives, really big objectives like Orb Prime and Raptors. These objectives gives you big forms of CXP, and also Orb Prime being a really big mechanic that can allow you to secure inhibitors, cores, and towers, which can really set the tide of battle. SHADOW.WARDS also give you vision on lanes and basically anywhere you want on the map, whether it be river buffs, your jungle, or even the enemy jungle to prevent ganks or even get picks. It allows you to notice when people are rotating to other lanes, and allows you to notice when the enemy team is grouped up or when they are not. And SHADOW.WARDS undoubtedly give you the most bang for your buck when it comes to CXP. Most SHADOW.WARDS have initial stats of 2 CXP's worth or 3 CXP's worth of stats, and only allows you to pay 1 CXP's worth for the unique active of having 2 SHADOW.WARDS. SHADOW.WARDS can be placed anywhere you want on the map and will give you vision on anywhere you want on the map. This is probably the biggest culprit of why Epic has hinted towards redesigning their card system to provide more atomization and to provide more viability for other heroes, because everybody in the game uses the same card, and that card is SHADOW.WARDS. I hope you guys enjoyed the top 5 video for the top 5 best cards in Paragon. Do you guys agree with my list, or are there any other cards that you would have thought that would have made the list? If so, leave them down in the comment section below. Leave your own list of your own top 5 best cards, and I will see you guys on Paragon. It's your boy Raptors, and we out.